Welcome back to this live session, traders. Hope that you had an enjoyable trading day. Starting another trading day, beginning with potentially one of the biggest day of this week, and also we are progressing towards the end of the month. The market is also reflecting the increased volatility at the moment. Quite a few instruments trading and acting a bit of unpredictably, which is the nature of the market, in fact. Now, in this session, we are looking at some nice looking, the reason I said nice looking is we want to win the trade, right? So some trading opportunity in this session. And gold is in a very good position at the moment for trading. As you can see, the market had bigger candles. So this is what you need, bigger candles, so that you can enter whenever we can see that entry opportunity in the market. So if you're ready to take your trading to the next level, then don't miss out this live session here. We are trading, and also we are looking at developing trading psychology. Okay, so developing trading psychology, and also looking at some fun fact about trading. So if you're excited, if you want to take your trading to the next level, make sure you like this stream. Did you do that? And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. And I would like a feedback in the live chat that you are ready with your risk manager tool. Say yes if you are ready with the risk manager tool. And we have a very high win rate, as you know that in this live session. It doesn't mean that we are going to win all the trades. So make sure that whenever you are taking any trade based on here in this live session, also make sure that you do proper risk management. Risk management means lot sizing, putting the stop loss in the right place, and then taking a fraction of your capital as a risk exposure of the trade that you will be opening. Now, first of all, I would like to look at here in this market from the bigger picture perspective. Okay, so we will be doing the first few minutes. We are focusing on the technical analysis. All right, so we'll be focusing on technical analysis, and then we will be looking at the fundamental analysis, and then we will be looking at that entry opportunity here in that market. So from the technical, so we will be doing the three analysis. One is technical, right? So we will be looking at the market based on the technical analysis, how the market is doing. Secondly, we will be looking at the fundamental. So that means that about the rate cut, rate hike, all the interest rate factors that may contribute to the market movement. And also we'll be looking at the sentiment analysis. That means that currently what kind of sentiment going on due to the current news and other factors that might be contributing in the market movement. So these are the three basis of our analysis that you will be using before you look at that entry. So, and also it will be helpful to you if you are watching this live session, if you are trading it yourself, either gold, crypto, or any asset, or even stocks. Exactly the same process you can copy and paste for the analysis of your entry, for the basis of your entry. So this is the universal way to look at the market. Though there is no right or wrong approach, everyone has a different way to analyze, but the way that I do is, for me, the best way to do for myself. And many thousands of traders follow the same process, and I see that they're doing great. So hopefully that will be helpful to you as well. So first of all, looking at the daily market here on gold, and we can see that as during the weekly forex forecast also, if you have discussed about this market, and the market almost has done the similar way. And this is daily market where the Friday's candle closed with a bullish engulfer. In the first 3 days, we can see the market is maintaining this uptrending market structure. And here is what we can see, that from this support level, this is the initial move back to the upside here. And with that initial move back to the upside, the market is in that uptrend here. Now with that uptrend, if you look at, this is the previous after the Friday, this is the Monday's candle, which was a bullish engulfer with a gap open. And what I would say, that current XAUUSD, that means that gold market, is in a healthy trend. All right, so if you look at here, XAUUSD is in a healthy trend. Now a healthy trend means that there is a potential for further move. So what defines also a healthy trend, also we'll be discussing in this live session, because if a trend is not healthy, that means that if a trend is not as it should be, there is a chance of a false breakout. The market might have a reversal, which is in any situation can do. The market is all about the function of probability, right? So you are playing with the probability, not certainty. So healthy trend means that higher probability to happen, but it can happen anything, right? So the market can go up, down, sideways, at any direction at any point of time due to some uncertain factors. Okay, so if you are looking to scalp, why are you looking at the daily chart? Is the time frame not too big? Okay, no, daily chart is very essential time frame for any kind of trading. Swing trading, day trading, scalping. Even if you are scalping, okay, we are not taking hundreds of trades, definitely. We will be taking few trades. Today we had one trade earlier in London session breakout. We successfully closed it. Now we are looking at potentially another trade or few more trades. The reason we are looking at the daily chart is because we want to scalp from the key level, right? So this is the current 2 daily key support level, right? These are daily key support level. And to look at, if you are when you are scalping, is more important than look at, for example, daily chart or higher time frame than other form of trading. Guys, this is key. So looking at daily chart, that means that looking at the daily support is more important in scalping than other form of trading, is because when you are looking at the scalping, sometimes you will see that you open a position and then you place the stop loss. Sometimes very tight stop loss. All right, sometimes maybe you need to move the stop loss a little bit. Sometimes you see that when we trade, we do that. Probably you need to push a little bit of a stop loss, few pip, and that few pip carries bigger value, right? Because in scalping, usually lot size become little bigger. It's very normal. And when you look at the daily, so the daily chart give us 2 confluence for scalping. 2 confluence. The major one confluence is the trend. Okay, no matter what level you are buying, what trading, we will be trading in the direction of the major trend. And the major trend coming from the daily market structure. Secondly, we are looking at buying from the key support or resistance. So from buying from key support or selling from key resistance, which is also we'll be looking at the daily level. Now the only thing that we will be using on the 1 minute or the lower time frame on the 5 minutes is for the price action confirmation. That means we want to see that there is a candle formation, candlestick pattern formation that confirms our entry in the direction of the trend. What can you expect in today's New York session, up or down? All right, so that's a very good question. At the moment, we will be looking at, we might see the market to drop, but what we expect here in NY session for the market to drop to the daily support and then to go up, because the market, the trend is bullish. So from the daily, when you look at the daily, we know that it's a major bullish. That means that uptrending market structure. So we are looking at in this market for an upside bias. So if the market drop here, we will not be selling here. And if you looked at our London session breakout trade, I have already shared the analysis. This is where we secured a position on London session, is also in the direction of the trend. So if you look at, this is the London session trade. Here is the key support level. All right, so on the second 1 hour, on the second candle, when the market dropped to that support, we open that position here in the market, reverse from that level, because this is a key level, right? And if I bring out that trade just for learning, so that we can look at the similar kind of trade again and again, right? So that's what trading is. So the same trade also I have shared in the premium group. This is the premium group entry as signal that I have shared in the premium group. This is the yesterday's one, and today this one we have opened during the London session breakout. And during the London session breakout, the market has shown that pattern here, and of that support level, as the market has given that entry during the time period of this daily support and also the 1 hour support, and the trade has moved in that direction. This is the entry. Now let me play the chart. So we will be looking for the similar kind of price action that you will be looking at here in this market. So this is the 1 hour. There is a 1 hour long wick followed by another candlestick pattern, back to back 2 hourly candlestick pattern formation of that support level. And as the market has dropped to that such an important key level of support, we looked at that entry, and that is what has given us that first trade during that London session, during that time period. Now at the moment, what we are looking at here, okay, so as the market has shown that movement in the market, as the market has shown stronger market movement here, now any drop back below to the daily support, we will be looking for further entry back to the upside here in that market. Now if you look at, this is a break below, and from the 1 hour, the market from the intraday, from the daily, is approaching the daily support. Now what we would like to see, guys, this is a high probability setup that as the previous daily candlestick pattern close back below, so close above of this daily support level, and today's market has shown again, the buyers has shown further confirmation. We are looking at here, can we expect a rebound from 5125, or could it go lower? 5125, I think very high chance the market will have initial reaction in between 5142 to 5121. Okay, we can expect at least one more bounce. That bounce could take the market back above to create a new higher high, or we could see that the market is going to hit that daily high and then dropping again. So if the market of this support bounce back up, chances the market will go back again 5210, and from that we might see continuation up, or we could see the market reverse from that level. If in case the market reverse of that level that you are looking at, the market coming back, in that case it failed to create a higher high, we might see that it's dropping down here to the order block again, which is less likely, but it's still here is a possibility. So we are playing with the probability as we mentioned in the beginning of this session. So the probability here that, for example, 5210, this is the daily high today. From that the market can go up further or can drop down. It's a 50-50 probability. So you will not be trading on 50-50 probability. You will be trading with at least 70-60 probability. But of this support, from the daily support bounce back to the daily high is a higher probability. It's gonna be 65% or more probability. All right, for me it's almost 70% probability, and that's what we will be trading here in that area. So that means we have found a technical aspect that the market could, if you look at here, it's forming that long wick candlestick pattern here. And now this is a trend line that you can see from the 1 hour, and off this trend line the market is maintaining this here uptrend now at the moment. So current support level is here. This is the daily low that we are discussing. The market may drop to 5142 or lower, or even it can bounce back from this zone back to the upside. So our aim here is to take an entry from the lower side possible for this bounce back to the upside, as it left significant imbalance in that area. So this is the zone where there is an imbalance in the market. Okay, so here is the lower time frame that you can see. Bullish engulfer in that area, and which is showing that a move pullback, another bullish engulfer. Alright, so here is the support. The market has formed 5 minutes bullish engulfer, and with this drop back to this trend line here, the market has shown an impulse potentially. Already we see there is an initial move here in that market, and with this initial move that we are looking for the market to eventually cross further back to the upside. There is a this is an imbalance in the market. If we look at the peep wise, that one is almost 340 peep possible imbalance here. So but what I think, this is not a good area for us to go long. We want to see that it has dropped down further from this trend line, though you see the initial bounce will be very good area. If we see the market has tested again and then reverse back to the upside here, can you expect? Yeah, so this is what we are looking at here at the moment, and I hope that you guys also ready for any possible setup along the way. As soon as we find a suitable entry, we are looking at that entry opportunity here in this market. Do you think 4960, 4950 is possible in coming days or maybe next week? Okay, that's a good question. 49. Look, the market is in an uptrend, right? And I wouldn't look at yet 49 level. It will really depends on how the market is reacting on the today's resistance line, right? And also another significant factor, as you know, that is the geopolitical factor. Okay, so if you look at here, let me tell you what may happen is that if you look at, there are some also, as we discuss about the analysis, that we have looked at the technical, but what about the sentiment? Because the market is mostly driven by also the sentiment, right? So how the traders' emotion, most of the traders have a very high emotion in terms of trading, right? It also influences the market. So if we see that there is now XAU, that means gold price is, because this is considered as safe investment, right? Gold is a safe investment, safe haven. So some currency as well considered as safe haven. Now there is an interesting, if you look at the dollar index. Now I'm looking at dollar index as well. So dollar index is in a bullish trend, right? USD/JP also strongly bullish at the moment. Now, if you look at gold, though it is in a pullback, but it's still the overall trend is bullish. So, at the moment, so far what we see from the sentiment perspective, that this market is bullish. So I wouldn't consider it as to be going to 49 level. What we could see that if there is a significant tension goes on in terms of uncertainty, right? The market doesn't like uncertainty in terms of the volatility, because it creates a confusion. When traders are confused, there is a fear and green index rises. So there's a panic buying and selling happen. Now, if that happens, if there is a significant uncertainty, then the market may have an unusual spike back to the upside here. And the current all-time high, if you look at the monthly, which is approaching, right? There's a monthly high here. So therefore, there are a couple of possible scenario is that if you look at this, the 1 hour market trend, and let me delete all those lines and see the bigger picture. Now, when you look at the bigger picture, it's very simple. From here, we can see very clear picture in terms of technical. So what do you see? This is the all-time high. And there was a breakup structure here. This is an entirely consistent break in just matter of 2 or 3 days, right? The market drop here. It was massive liquidity sweep. And then the market, how it is going now, look at this. The curve here that you can see. So this is something like this, right? And along the way, we might see few breakup structure. And then from this, the market can go like that, all right? And that might be that the market going here and then spike back to the upside. Another scenario could be that the market going extended over and then having another wave of drop back below to this support or breaking further low and then going back to the upside again. There is another possibility that in this big zone, the market is ranging for an extended period of time. So these are some of the potential scenario that you could see in the market. So these are all our probabilistic interpretation of the market. So we also need, so first of all, we always look at, if you look at the probability, first look at the 50-50 probability and then go up further. So for example, now the way we look at the market here, this move back here is more than 50% probability. Very high chance. We might see short-term break. Therefore, we need two things, right? When you want to trade, two things. One is which way to trade, either buy or sell. You have only two buttons in your trading account: buy or sell. And then find a price action for the entry. This is what we look at now. Okay, so the 1 minute chart that you can see here, it's in an uptrend, and we are looking at the 1 hour price action. If you look at this, is the 1 hour market structure, which is that there is a trend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's what we are looking at for a longer term entry in the market, right? So this is what we are looking at. And as we are progressing towards the NY session, as we yesterday, if we looked at traders, we were waiting this live session for an extended time. And it was worth, right? We successfully opened a trade. Now today as well, looking at really successful entry. Can be unsuccessful as well. So it's a part of trading. But here, not only just winning a trade, but also looking at to gain knowledge, right? Knowledge is power. Now currently the market is in a trend, and we can see that it's in this uptrend here. So it reached that key level, and of that key level, they're expecting the market to eventually trend again in that direction here. Now the trend that you can see here, you see multiple times there is a false breakout. So this trend is, I would say, that a good trade, a better trend for entry, because along the way, you see here, there was a breakout structure. So when you see this kind of trend, that along the way multiple breakout structure, basically it has along the way gain fuel, right? Fuel means that it gain momentum, and therefore it is willing to go further. Okay, so here you can see the market slowly showing up, and 1 hour big pin bar, it's a rejection of the support. Now after closing this 1 hour candle, which is closing now, any pullback below can be an opportunity for us to go long. So I'm preparing for a buy entry, that means the bullish entry here of this, any of this swing low we want to see the market to break. Okay, so any of this swing low, that means any of this support that you want to see the market to test, break before we look at further entry. You want to see the market to test and then to return again back to the upside here in that market. We are progressing towards in just a matter of an hour we will be seeing that NY session is going to open, and our aim here is to take the trade on a session volume. Okay, so as we the progressing with the NY session, there is a volume coming, and that's what we are looking at for the session volume, to see the market to come down and to give us that entry. So the current support that you are looking at here, but let's see how far it might come down for a pullback. And this is the current daily high. So if it deepen further here, we'll be looking at that entry. This is the 1 hour market structure that you can see candle close, and the price has tested that the upper shadow. And from this 1 hour price action, you want to see that the market has now done enough pullback, and with the drop back below here, we'll be able to find an entry in this market. I'm looking at the 5 minutes now here, bullish engulfer, another bullish engulfer. So quite a few lower time frame bullish engulfer, and here looking at this market to trend further down and then to reverse again back above in that area. Here is the, if you look at this, is the 1 minute chart. Does gold retest the 5160 level? 5160. If you look at, it is still showing a significantly bullish trend. And if the market, if you look at here, you see this is a established uptrend now at the moment. And the nature of the trend that I can see, in my understanding, less likely that the market will drop that far. Instead, we might see the short-term breakout structure. That's what we are looking at entry, because this is a stronger trend. Now, if you look at some trend like this, for example, very, very weaker trend like this sideway like that, at any point you could see that like that break. But see that how the trend has established back to the upside. Here, a couple of breakup structure, again strongly buyers came. So there is a strong buyer. So strong buyer means that the volume here, and that the higher chance the market will be driven back to that key level here, right? So this is what we are looking at in this market here, for the price to come down further back below and then to reverse again back. So now you see that there is a narrow drop and again going up. So along the way, anytime you want to see a short-term support to be created and to break it. So here is another one. Now we can level that support. So these are now the trend that you can see the market has created a swing low, and you want to see that any of that swing low has broken with a bigger ATR candle to be able to, for us to enter any position here. And going back to some of our there is a calendar that you can look at. So news coming later today. There isn't any high impact. So tomorrow coming unemployment claims, but today the market, even we see that has a higher volatility than usual. Is because of the current the market movement. And also I'm looking at USD JPY. This market had a significant bullish also volume here. The market is maintaining that series of higher high and higher low, which is in an uptrend in dollar yen, and it's approaching this current key level. It might, if you look at here, series of higher low, continue to rise, but I think here the market may break that high and could trend and finally could break to the upside, or after breaking later you might see the trend change, or just maintaining its uptrend here. We'll be looking at later here. As we are looking at XAUUSD, we want to find that entry. Now the 15 minutes candlestick pattern being formed here, which is still 5 minutes remaining, that you can see not a strong response from the seller. That means we may see that continuation back here to the upside. And ready for an entry. See that here. Got that very strongly upside. Come on. Here you want to see a strong long weakness. This is what I was waiting. If you look at, there's a gap open, bounce, gap open, bounce, right? False breakout is needed for us to be able to find that entry here in this market. This is the 1 hour. Massive pin bar on the 1 hour chart. That might create a tension here. Planning for an entry. First of all, if you look at here, double top, and yeah, like this, you want to see that from a top level, the market to cross entirely in one direction, and then to bounce, right? That's what you want to see. doesn't look to me still very strong bullish here. We might see that breakout structure here, and if that happens, that we want to enter. From the daily, this is the daily high, and let's go retest 5160 level that we discussed. Now also, we do every day create a pool, and pool really helps. So what is your bias on, say, USD today? So I'm sharing a pool. It's gonna be helpful to see that. Bull. So I've shared that one, and if you guys look at that pool, so it's, and that's gonna be, if you look at our past results on the pool, is nearly to 95% of the time it came out to be exactly as it is. So that's key to look at. Okay, now here with this consolidation, we want to see that consolidation had a break below, and then to going back again to the upside here, which is a support level, and it's now breaking off this zone. Okay, so it again another breakout, and the candle close above. So today there isn't any high impact news, so we don't have any way to wait for any kind of spike. So therefore, anytime any entry coming, we will be taking along the way. So the current 3 levels that I have drawn out, that you will be looking at for the market to break any of these 3 support levels for us to be able to look for an entry. If not breaking below, then if it is continuing to rise back here, this is the daily high. So today's high is here, right? And from there, I think that one is the today's high, right? Yeah, so today's high here, and so there is quite a bit of room still for us left to the upside. And the nature of trend that we can see, for me, it's highly likely that it will continue. But finding an entry is so we are directionally bullish that there is a chance the market will go up. It's in an uptrend. We are looking at, therefore, for the market to come down for us to be able to enter the trade. Now trading is, these are also more often I talk about the trading psychology, right? So if you want to become a successful, we have few members already have joined in the academy, and you are always welcome here. This academy established quite a few years ago. You guys have seen that. Here I mainly focus, my primary focus on developing the trading psychology, because 70% of your trading success will depend on the trading psychology, and 30% is a lot. In fact, you can't become a successful trader by just being like disciplined or being patient or being like strong in emotional resilience. You still need to learn the risk management, so it's a complementary. You can't. So this is what I draw an analogy like, please analyze the goal. Do you think it can reach Monday's high again today? We could see that currently we can see that uptrend here, right? If you look at, if it breaks today's high, which is 5210, we might see that crossing the Monday's high, but at the moment we are at today's high. So we are looking at today's high from another bullish engulfer here. So the recent support also we can draw here. So this is what I normally look at. Along the way, when the market trends, keep drawing the support in an uptrend for any of them to break. And once the market break that support, you will be waiting for how the market has broken the support, also important to look at. Now, as we discuss about the trading psychology while you are waiting for a trade is essential to be successful as a trader. Now, think of is like you want to participate in a race, right? Sporting event with sports cars. So to win the race, you need a very high quality, like the world-class sports car to win a race in a world championship. And also you have to be able to drive it properly. So both needed to fuse together to become a champion on that. Similarly, to be successful as a trader, you need to develop a trading psychology and also at the same time having a plan and the risk management plan as a trader. Having a technical knowledge, which is key. And combining together, you become a trader. Okay, now the market trend is up. Still I'm not entering. I will be waiting for a breakup structure here. But we see there is a volume. Now all those green candles are bigger. See the full body green candles. So that means there is a volume in the market. But at some point you'll see that the market will break from that trend. Okay, so it's now slowly coming to that support. Usually first 30 minutes, if the market trend, in the second 30 minutes, usually the market goes for a deeper pullback. Here's the move. Yeah, it's maintaining that uptrend here. Okay, so we see that significantly bullish up momentum here in the market. So there is a higher chance that we could see slowly breaking the daily high. Okay, so here is slowly trying to break that low here, and we want to see the market to break further below before we look at any entry. You are seeing that movement back from this. This is a interesting. If you look at this is a uptrend, but see how the market has formed this structure. Is funny. Typically, how many trades or many hours do you spend a day trading? We'll be discussing. So green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. So it's a like up and down market, right? With a continued series of higher low. The trend is maintaining that uptrend here in that area. So typically, how many trades or many hours do you spend a day trading? Look, I not only spend time on trading, but I also spend time on live session and mentoring and creating other content. But usually, let me tell you some technique. This is especially for trading. You don't need, as long as you have the knowledge. Okay, knowledge is very important. 1 hour a day is more than enough, okay, for learning and trading. But if you have a system, like if you have a system that is fully automated, probably even you can reduce the timing further. Now, so if you're trading on a high volume session, okay, that is where the best outcome comes. So most of my trade that I open in session, for example, now in 30 minutes time, NY session opening and in London session open. So these are the two times that I use most of the time, and also in between overlap of NY and London session. That's where also the market moves a lot. So depending on your time zone. Okay, so this is how you can get the best out of it. So you can see the market now, this kind of break is what we are expecting. Okay, so let's see that 30 minutes candle closing here, closed on the 30 minutes. This is support now at the moment, but it's gonna still be risky buy. If we look at the market, tested the 20 EMA here, is the lower retest of 5150 still likely before the push up. Yeah, so if we look at the lower, is the lower retest of 5150 is still likely before the push up, or will price retest from 5208 for the retest. The market breaking below. Okay, so there isn't any specific level you can define, but you will be looking at how the market or the price action is reacting to this. For example, here the market has broken with a one big drop, and here it may form those price action along this area for a breakout. And with this drop here, we might be looking for a deeper pullback. Okay, now this break below, I'm preparing for an entry. This is what I was waiting for, the market to break lower here, and breaking lower, okay, the market still can drop a lot, but can give us a higher probability entry. So as soon as I will be entering, no, not sell, I'm not looking to sell yet, but as soon as there will be suitable entry, I'm looking at that entry opportunity here in that market. Okay, now it's breaking that low. Cool. You can see that break. And now from this level, I will be opening long position, keeping stop loss well below this support level here. So it's gonna be not a big stop loss, but as long as we have enough risk management, targeting to the high. Okay. And keeping the stop loss at 5175.00. So you're approaching that support. So here the stop loss 517 5.6, and I will be moving it to 517 5.00 for a little bit of room here. If you know the market has now deepened further, however from here it still can go for deeper drop, but at the moment looking for the market to have a reaction back above of this. If you look at the 1 hour, there's a 1 hour support, and see how far it drops. It's on a in this area where there is a fair value gap, and here if you reach this level 5187, we'll see that nearly to from this to go ahead around 60 pip. Okay, I'm long position with risk management, with risk managed entry, which is very important to look at. If the market goes up to retest this high again, we'll be taking, or if it drops down, we'll be taking the loss, and we'll be looking for the next entry as soon as we can find that. So it has overextended below, and from this overextension we may see now a movement. That's what we are looking at, and just entering at my entry now. The market is at so I'm long, just cross my entry. Okay, it reached that level here, and I'll be happy to take 60 pip if it reach 5187. That is gonna be a 60 pip. Second trade for the day. First one, you have securely taken the profit. Now if the market is not reaching that high, probably will see that going down, but here at the moment I'm running in some profit here, looking for further bounce back to the upside here for another move. So breakup structure is key, and this is what you're looking at in this market, for the breakup structure. And now going to that imbalance is where you are looking at for the price to show up. You guys ready with me? I'm ready to take profit when needed, running in nearly to 21 22 pip. Like to see that further crossing up back up to that 60 pip level will be a good entry for us for the NY session. This is NY session breakout trade, and as you can see, NY session opening in 20 minutes, guys. This is what I was telling. Trading is freedom when you use a smaller time to take the best out of it. And to do that, you need to learn risk management, not to expect all trade to be winner unless you have that kind of a strategy, and it requires a little bit of time to develop a high win rate strategy. But in the beginning, focus on risk management, winning with high win rate. And then once you gain that skill set, there is a lot of way you can trade based on the system, right? We had few members on board. Welcome on board. And for those who are willing to learn and progress in the academy, don't miss out to check out the website link below this video. We have few spots to take on the mentorship. You can straight away join here now and then check your email for all the delivery of the link that you can access the website courses as well as strategies that I'm trading, including the regular trade updates as well as the market breakdown. Also all my trading tools that I am sharing with now members, including my trading robots as well, you can access for those who are in the academy. So now here we see that there is a long green candle. Now are you going to take this trade? Let's see that this is the 15 minutes candlestick pattern, and I would like to take this as a winner. Already the market has up, so would like to see that crossing back above. Let's see that where it is heading. Okay, it's crossing that high here, and that's what you will be looking at, that entry TP 5140. Yeah, this is 5194, but I will be closing this trade shortly after reaching nearly to 50 to 60 people will be enough for this move, as it might come to retest here support, and that's how we can close the day with so far in 2 trades over 150 pip for today. Still we have the whole session for the next one to trade on. But now here if you look at, this is currently in a bullish move, and I'd like to see if you look at, there is a, in this area here, it's a 1 minute bearish fair value gap. And that 1 minute bearish fair value gap, this is what you want to use in this move. This is like yesterday you have open one position if you looked at in this live session, and that's actually close. When I click, it's empty. If you guys look at the website, you can find link below this video. Okay, let me share with you the website address on the live chat. This is the website address. You can visit the website and www.forextradingwizard.com. This is our official academy website. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm almost there, and I'm going to take this trade right now. Closing this trade, it might come down for a deeper pullback. I have closed profit, so which is at nearly to 45 pip. So this is the website for the members who want to join here. You can find link below this video, www.forextradingwizard.com. 60 people, well done, thank you very much. Have you got the website address? You can find link below this video. Now also there is a Telegram link where regular trade updates, all the free education also there, so don't miss out that one as well. Now here is, okay, yeah, 60 pip. Yeah, depending on entry, it might be more depending on at what level you have entered, but this is the next trade, and we might find more entries. Sometimes we do more than one position. For me a little less. All right, so here is of this support, it's now trying to break above and it may continue. Now let's understand the logic behind the trade. Now probably guys, when the market was here, we discussing that the reason I did not enter along this way, we could enter here, right? So if we enter here, it might be moving a little bit, let's say 10, 15, 16 pip, and then reverse, right? That's what, so I said that paradox. So always enter on a breakup structure. That's where the best entry, because in a breakup structure is a point of confusion. When there is a point of confusion, there are more entry, more volume in it, because at that point of confusion, many traders think that it's a reversal and the traders start to sell off that market, and then you can become a buyer like a smart money, because trading is where the buying and selling all about, right? Let's have a little bit of music and then we'll be looking for the next one shortly after. Get ready for the next one. If there is any, we will be entering, or we will be keep learning and looking at the market. Also, we are looking at current the data here. So it's maintaining that trend yet, and we might see that continuation because there is a breakup structure. We might see now to move again to the potentially to the key level. Which lot size do you usually use? Okay, good question. So lot size is variable, all right? So each trade has to be different lot size. If please can you show as your web has, there is robots, please? Yes. So currently we are running 2 robots that my personal strategy now turn into robots, and the members in the academy, they can access those robots who are trading with me. Okay, so it's available for the members only. So you can be member. It's a one of lifetime access. So that means that for the lifetime you will be a member in the academy. We have members since the beginning of this academy when started, still here. So it's available for the members. Okay. Now looking at here. Now the breakup structure, if you look at here, this is a breakup structure, right? Which is breakup support, and especially waiting for breakup structure will give you additional confluence or the confidence in your entry more often. Okay, so I had a question, which lot size do you usually use? Now the lot size is variable depending on your stop loss as well as the account size and risk exposure. So each trade has to have a different lot size, and that's why trading on a system, automated expert advisor or robot, it's for me it's much easier because I can easily manage the risk accordingly. Okay, so because usually risk management is difficult, especially on trading on lower time frame. If you are trading on higher time frame, you have enough time to calculate the lot size, doing the analysis and take the entry. But it's a little slower for me. I trade on lower time frame is because if you are trading on higher time frame like that, doing the lot size and 4 hour, sometime I have traded every way possible in my whole career. I trade on daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, all time frame. And trading on higher time frame, sometime 3 weeks I waited for one trade, sometime 4 weeks. 4 weeks the market is moving in a side way and then coming to stop loss. It's really frustrating. But in the beginning, yeah, of course, trading on lower time frame will give you a bit of relief. But if everyone's trading style is different, right? So if you have that patience and trading on a bigger account, yeah, you can do that on the lower time frame. But I trade on lower time frame because within a short period of time, with proper risk management, I'm okay with that, right? Especially, let's say now, invoice volume and the market predictably moved accordingly. And we had the previous trade also I've shared with all of you is on the London session breakout. So if you combine the session with the time frame, it's highly predictable if you are trading on lower time frame. Now, if you are a swing trader only trading on higher time frame, then you'll see that it little bit slower. Okay, not little bit, quite a bit. Again, it depends on your trading style. Okay, so let's share what time frame you trade on and what's your preference in trading. Can you saw as you okay? Yep. In the website, yes. So there are some update coming on the website as well. So it's on the development. So you guys see that some of the information is coming shortly after working. Everything is in progress, right? We are progressing every day. Everything is being updated. You'll see that sometime in your phone you said there's an update, new update available, ready to install. So everything is being updated, going up, but the progress is on. The universe also like this, constantly getting updated, right? So constantly expanding. So we also getting time is being passed and everything is moving forward or backward, but going in one direction. Now here we see that there is a sideways movement and we want to see the market to here it's breaking back to the upside, right? Come on. Still have, there is an invoice coming and So now the price on XAUUSD little bit in a sideway, right? So which is the volume dropped, not in music but in market, but we will be able to see again rising up. I think it's on a day part pullback. Okay, so we'll be reviewing also while the market is now rearranging itself. Any comment on BTC? You'll be looking at some move on, first of all, looking at DXY, and we'll go to the BTC. So DXY, to look at the current trend that you can see, DXY has shown still a bullish confluence here. The market trend is still up on DXY. Multiple false breakout of this key level and getting back again to the upside here on. If you look at this, is the support. The market has gone up, dropped to that. The price has penetrated back below, gone up. If you look at here is the liquidity sweep, and again from here. So this is where the market, from this support level, which is a key area of value, okay, now in this area, if you look at the 4-hour, false breakout, and then here also false breakout, the market has significantly gone back to the upside. Now previous session also has shown an intraday bullish engulfer. So with that multiple rejection from this lower price, DXY continuously showing that there is a potential for trend continuation back here in that market. And with this trend continuation on DXY here, the market may continue to rise back here. This is also, we can see that it is also a deeper pullback here in that market. Where is the TP? We haven't entered yet, but we are looking to see the DXY after this initial move, pullback, and we could see the market to potentially continue to trend back here. So if DXY is maintaining its uptrend back to the upside here, we might see that gold to have a deeper pullback as well. And there's an interesting price action that you can see on gold and DXY is that more often, which is very rarely, they sometimes move in the same direction these days. Okay, so if you look at the 15 minutes here on gold and DXY, it's a uptrend, a breakout structure. Gold also shown significantly upside. we have closed our trade. We have closed our trade with significant move, and then we are looking for another entry. Can you show us? Okay, any comment on BTC/USD you will be looking at? Yeah, we are not on a trade, but we will be looking for any entry again as soon as it appears. We secured our profit in the first entry. We are looking for the more entry later. We had two trades earlier, one in London session, which is also both of them I have shared in the group, and not only trade, also the trade explanation. I do also record every trade, and a detailed breakdown sharing every day in the premium group. Okay, so here BTC/USD we ask for. Okay, Bitcoin, look at the weekly. Now, overall trend on Bitcoin, if you look at here, in that it is downtrend that you can see, but we can see now at the moment from this it's on a pullback. So if you look at we are looking at this daily market trend, there is a daily bullish engulfer, and the market created that series of lower high on this, and with this series of lower high, from this support move to that, and you can see like this, it's maintaining that series of lower high and also narrow channel. So what you could see that overall, I'm always looking at the bigger picture, guys. This is where I always focus on bigger picture. This is this is a channel, so the market may do something like that. Breaking this trend line and then coming down further. Okay, so it might do something like that. So at the moment, for short-term trader, that means the lower time frame trader, we might see that BTC/USD is going to the upside. If you're trading on the lower time frame, you can see it's an uptrend going to break any of this series of lower high. So when you see that like that, look for the series of lower high, the bigger picture. See, this is the point where, and this is also I have discussed earlier today. So you'll see that there is most of the time in the market there are two channels, so two trend line. One is lower, the other one is higher. This is over and over again you see in the market, right? And so you see this is a lower time frame. That means inner channel, and there's a, I would say, the inner and outer. So if you look at here, these key points, which is the higher, that means that I would say the bigger move, series of lower high. Okay, so if you look at that series of lower high, and with that series of lower high, this market now may break that series of lower high. If it breaks that series of lower high, and you are looking for sell here, breaking the series of lower high can give potential selling opportunity here. Okay, now going back to gold again to see what kind of market structure is forming here. It is form an inverted head and shoulder here, showing that there is a possibility to continue Okay, it's breaking out of that resistance line. So of this level, from this support, the market slowly building its momentum back to the upside, and what you can see, the price to eventually cross that high, and this is where now showing that the market trend to remain bullish, and we may see that the price to continue to rise back here above to create a new higher high. So are you in trade? No, I'm not on a trade. You together closed it. Okay, nothing to be sorry. We all just making that's fine. That's fine. All good. Thanks for being here, and we are looking at for more entry. Okay, so if you look at here with this inverted head and shoulder, okay, and with that inverted head and shoulder, looking, if you see that the market is trending, and there's a higher chance that this market will go back to the daily high. Okay, so daily high is essential to look at for the price to go and retest the daily high. And if you look at that zone here, all right, so this is where the daily high, and as the market is now showing that uptrend, that means continuation back above, right, and with an inverted head and shoulder, so that means over and over again it's showing that there is a possibility for the market trend to continue. I'm on buy since this morning, 5185 TP, 5230. I think we can go up there today. Okay, so if you are on a buy, I think you bought in a absolutely good timing, because with the daily candle close in this whole move, there is liquidity sweep and the market is going up. So this market, if the way it moves, that I would say that if everything is going as per the plan, which is highly likely, we could see 5250 to cross, maybe, because this is the daily price. You can see the market has crossed this daily support, which is also the weekly support. You saw the weekly we created here, because when the market opened from the weekly, there wasn't any wick here, and yesterday we saw that there was a break below, and I have already posted one analysis as well for that wick formation. If you guys looked at, if you haven't watched this analysis, that I highly encourage you to do so. I do post analysis during the NOI session as well. So it was with that weak formation from the weekly, the market bounce off that level, which is the daily. If you look at, this is the daily key support level, right? And because the market has rejected off that such an important level, the chances that the market will go ahead and create a new higher high, higher chance. Okay, now if the market failed to create a higher high today, that means remaining below this daily low, daily high, or at the end of the day the market is breaking below, forming any kind of doji on the daily, then we might see the market continue to drop. But if the market goes up and forming a stronger bullish candle like that, or at least breaking that high and then closing around, then very high chance the market will continue to rise back to the upside. These are some of the signs that we will be looking for further move. The way we started, we broke the Monday's low with a good week fill. Today everything looks like a perfect confluence for a huge bullish day today or tomorrow. Yes, the bias here is highly bullish, because this is a, if you look at that, the market is in an uptrend, right? So you can see that it's maintaining its continuation back to the upside. So therefore the chances that the market will continue to rise back here, and there is a higher chance. Like as we discussed in the beginning of the session, we play out probability, right? So the probability is to go high, because along the way there is quite a few. Now 1 minute chart will tell you all the things that we are discussing, and of this, starting with this one, there is a stronger liquidity sweep bounce, followed by, you can see there's another liquidity sweep bounce, and also there's another liquidity sweep. So along the way we can see the multiple false breakout, and then when we have entered our trade that we have secured during this session, also there is a breakup structure, you can see, and then created a higher low. All right, so in the next break we see that higher low. So all of this movement has a meaning behind it, right? It's like a story that you can read along the way. Okay. So the higher low represents that there's a stronger buying pressure than the selling pressure, because the higher low means that there is a more buyer than the seller. So you can imagine it like a sports. So if you look at when the market gone up, the buyers bought. When the market gone down, the sellers sell. So if you look at from this point to this point, okay, we don't see how the market order coming on the other side, but we can imagine like a pulling a rope, right? So if the price from here to there to go, if need 10 people to pull that price back there, and if you use the market to come here, that means there has been 8 people to pull that price back below. Where are the 2 buyers gone, right? So that means 10 buyer, 8 seller. 10 buyer, 8 seller. So the buyers are more than the sellers, so therefore the market will go up. That's how you can like visualize. And that's how you can also reprogram your brain to look at the market, because more often there's a tendency to trade against the trend, right? That's how you can so if you look at our brain, there is a, okay, the brain is like that. frontal lobe, and then here is the reticular activating system that you can reprogram by looking at differently over and over again in the market. And then once you see that, you can program that reticular activating system that will create instant understanding of the market. Okay, it's like a water bottle. It's a brain. Okay, so now it's showing that uptrend. Now at the moment, what you will be looking at for we are candle close. Okay. Now I'm waiting for another opportunity here. We had two trades, and that is the biggest challenge to as a trader. You know, I remember every details of my beginning career when I sit down on trading and then taking every trade possible. Okay, become very unconscious sometimes. But you can develop that skill by watching this live session, where you can more and more make yourself more to be waiting for the best entry. One of the best practice that I have found is that to when you say a trade, find out how many reasons why you shouldn't take the trade rather than taking the trade, and then you become more selective in your entry. Usually we look at, okay, these are the reasons that I should be taking the trade. Now you can replace it by these are the reasons that I shouldn't be taking the trade. And then there's some trade that you can't resist and you can take it. Okay, that's how the best way to find the high quality trade for entry. Okay, now with this break, series of higher low, is still it is showing an uptrend. There is a significant imbalance here. See this, all those long wick, they left imbalance, and the market doesn't like to leave an imbalance. So when it happens, at some point goes and fill those imbalances. So the chances for going back to the upside is higher, coming down. And looking at also how the calendar, some of the quite a few news here. There's sometime market mover. Some return trading inside the US. Some of the so especially this news where there is a red folder. There isn't anything on the red. pounds dominate. It's 10 hours ago. Hi, good evening, welcome. So we can see that there isn't any here something that can at the moment moving the market. So it's now trading for potentially tomorrow's unemployment claims, and also there might be significant move, especially upcoming, and that's why you see the market is getting ready for potentially bigger move, because there is some again geopolitical tension or the significance coming tomorrow, right? And followed by after tomorrow. So that means Thursday and Friday. And these 2 days are, and that's why this breakout structure was the daily breakout structure that you can see on gold, and all the instrument had done that, is a potential preparation for possibility to go up further, because next 2 days, including today's NY session, is, I would say, that the most significant in this entire month. Can you guess what? So firstly, monthly close coming, right? So there won't be any more trading this month except today's NY and tomorrow and after tomorrow. So this is one, because when there's a monthly close, there's an usual volume comes in the market due to increased volatility. The position closed, new position open, old position closed, profit taking. These are the reason. Secondly, it's adding up to some of the event coming tomorrow, with that you guys can see that with the current geopolitical situation, which is bringing the sentiment, which we might see that more of a risk of sentiment, right? So risk of sentiment will bring gold to the upside, and we see that DXY is also USD/JPY, both of them bullish. So it's something that we can pay attention, because when dollar and gold both moves in a similar direction, it's something that's bringing the market to a new level. So at the moment, gold is most likely to be bullish, okay, until the bubble is burst. It's now it's moving in that direction. I wouldn't say still in a bubble, because it was bubble here, right, at this level. 5586 was a big bubble, and it burst here, and now it's on a midway, a bit more than midway. So chances that it's continue, and if it cross that high, that means another bubble. So until that, we could see that it may continue. So chances for us to remain bullish on gold. Now, as we discussed, in the beginning, some of you have asked question, we are scalping, why do we need to look at the higher time frame? The reason is, you can see the trade that I have opened, the win rate, as well as how many position was opened. If you looked at all of them buy, so that's the reason. If you even trading on the lower time frame, when your trade is aligned with the higher time frame trend, you have more flexibility to change sometime, or your win rate will be way more than that. Good evening. It's still in the trade. Now we closed it. We closed it at that level with the running profit, and we'll be looking for entry. Now we see there is a bullish engulfer formation. It's approaching the daily high. Now from the daily high, there are two possible scenarios now. Let's delete the current, all those levels, looking at the fresh perspective. This sometimes I call the beginner mindset, because the market is always changing its direction. So looking at the fresh perspective, this is the daily low, daily high. Now if we see that the market has crossed the daily high, continuation is a very high chance. There is one possibility that the market will retest the daily low, which is less likely but not unusual to see. And if it come down for another retest of this daily low, it might be sudden drop also can happen, coming down and breaking that high. But at the moment, this move is high possibility, higher probability. So then to get an entry, major support on the lower time frame want to see had a false breakout. That means this is one major support. If I draw the major support here, like we did the previous entry, so these are the major supports that I will be looking for. Again, any entry as soon as it appears. Otherwise, if it form another support along the way, also we can look for that entry. And I would encourage you traders to join the live session earlier, because sometimes we trade, we open in 5, 10, 15 minutes as the market in that time frame also. So I'd highly encourage you always, every day, if you are serious about trading, learning, and I know that there is always work and many commitment, but if you are serious, because this is where you don't need many days to become a good trader or an expert trader. It depends on also everyone's learning curve and commitment is different, but when you commit yourself for learning, and everyone has a different learning. I'm a slow learner, took me a lot of time, but probably a faster learner. But this is how, like having a regularity will give you better understanding of the market. And I saw that some of the members in the academy also are very keen on learning. It's good to see that, along with the automated system that we are trading. Also, the members were having a really great feedback. This is what we need to see, that the members are, and that's why we created all those educational course systems to help the trader so that they can find learning pathway and let's keep trading in 2026 and beyond with the new way to trade. Okay, now again going to that level here in terms of, okay, so we are 30 minutes past the NY session open. especially in trading, quality is more important than quantity, and also less is more in trading. These are some of the key points that I keep in mind for better entry. So here is the series of higher low. Now this is the current support that I will be looking for entry next until it creates a new support level, and I understood that traders also have an idea on how we will be looking for opening position later today. And I strongly believe that you traders are finding value here trading live, and next 2 days, the most important of this, I would say, the month. Tomorrow coming up unemployment claims, you will be trading live in this session, followed by on Friday also core PPI and PPI, both of them will be trading also in the live session. So I invite you to join there as well. And that being said, I'm almost end of this session. So with the upcoming session, we are looking at entry to the upside as soon as you will find it. But ending the live session, and I hope that if you are still trading, then this is the analysis. Breaking any of this key level, we will be looking for entry. And for DXY, we can see that also showing upside. So gold and DXY, if you look at this, is the 1 hour gold candle, and DXY 1 hour candle also bullish. So both of them moving in the same direction, which is a sign that the market, there is a shift in significant in the market sentiment. We'll see more in depth understanding later. And also I'm posting an analysis, just a matter of 3 hours from now, when I will be again looking at actively trading opportunities. So there also I'll keep you posted, traders, what instrument next coming in the market during that situation. So that being said, thanks for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon in this live session shortly after. Until that, stay well, stay happy.